Hello, everyone, and welcome to this podcast where we are diving into the wonders of our planet and the species fighting to survive. I'm your host, Luna, and I'm a proud student of la Universidad de Guadalajara, UDG, University of Guadalajara. That's a lot of Spanish. And today we're heading into the waterways of Mexico City, specifically Xochimilco, a city there in Mexico City, to meet one of nature's most fascinating creatures. That's how can I say it? It's like a salamander, I think, that defies aging. It's really crazy, really weird. You can say that because it regenerates its limbs and has captured the imagination of lots of people, like scientists, poets, influencers, also people like me, students. And yeah, if you read the title, that's right, we're talking about the axolotl. But okay, first things first, what exactly is an axolotl? Because of course, I can talk all day and all night about this little creature, but you won't understand it. Its scientific name is Avistoma mexicanum, but the Aztecs called it axolotl. Axolotl in English, ajolote in basic Spanish, and it's a word that roughly means water monster. Don't let that scare you though, it's not a monster, it's such a cute thing. These guys are about as a monster as a stuffed animal, basically. Because picture this, it's like a smiling face, feathery external gills, it's really weird, and a body that looks permanently stuck in its teenage years. It's like the Peter Pan of the animal kingdom. These little animals exhibit something called neoteny. That means that they can retain their juvenile features for life, unlike other amphibians and, of course, humans. I wish we could do that actually. They don't undergo full metamorphosis, and yeah, that's what I was saying. They're like forever young. And they are living entirely underwater in the lakes and canals of Xochimilco, a UNESCO World Heritage Site near Mexico City. And there's a lot of things about these guys, and axolotls can actually regenerate almost any body part, almost any limbs, their heart, even some parts of their brain without even scarring. That's, oh my god, that's amazing. I wish we could do that. And scientists too, because they have studied them for decades, hoping to unlock secrets that could help revolutionize, I think it's human medicine. But yeah, despite their superhero abilities, axolotls are fighting a losing battle in the wild. That's why I'm breaking it down with this podcast. And yeah, let's talk more about that. There's a doctor, I think, in the UNAM, National Autonomous University of Mexico. His name is Dr. Luis Zambrano, Dr. Luis Zambrano in English. He's a biologist, and he says this. He explains a lot of things about axolotls, and he said, lose the axolotl and the entire ecosystem unravels, because these creatures are bioindicators. Their health reflects the health of their environment. When axolotls vanish, it's a red flag that the water is polluted. Invasive species are taking over and biodiversity is crashing. And these are my words, because it has crashed. In the 90s, I think, there were around 6,000 axolotls per square kilometer in Xochimilco. Okay, this side, this that we talked about. And today, some studies estimate fewer than 35 individuals remain in the wild. But how is it possible? How did we get here? Well, these little creatures are becoming extinct primarily due to habitat loss. Of course, because of us, human development, pollution, and climate change. Besides this, overfishing and the introduction of invasive species further threaten their survival in the wild. So, yeah, it's like a weird thing that, of course, us humans are killing all the species in the world It's not a surprise, of course, it is not. And, well, as I said, the overfishing, the habitat loss, it's like completely killing all of the axolotls in here. So, yeah, because we had in the 90s 6,000 and now we have fewer than 35. How is that even possible? Well, yeah, humans and we're not conservating anything, the ecosystem health, so yeah, that's such a huge deal in here. And well, of course, axolotls also play a crucial role in nutrient cycling within their aquatic environment. As they feed on small fish, insects, and crustaceans, they can help control these populations. So they prevent overgrowth that can lead to imbalances in the ecosystem. And by the way, you can find all of this information in Google. I found this in the web of National Autonomous University of Mexico, UNAM. And well, that's it. But as I was saying, axolotls are not just passive inhabitants of their environment. Okay, they're active architects of the water world. Like, it can sound kind of weird, but hear me out. Their movements through the sediment help aerate the substrate, which is essential for the health of benthic organisms and the overall ecosystem, like the whole ecosystem. And basically translating that to basic words or easier words, it would be, if we have a problem with the axolotls, it's a clear sign that we have a problem with the ecosystem. I already said something similar like that. Also, the doctor Virginia Graw, she's an ecologist at UNAM. She explains that axolotls help maintain the physical structure of their habitat, which in turn supports a diverse range of aquatic life. Without them, we risk losing not just the axolotl but the entire ecosystem they support, because they actually do support the whole thing. Like, I know I've said ecosystem like 100 times in this podcast, but it's really, really important for you guys to understand what's happening. It's really weird when I see someone talking about this topic, because it's really not that seen, actually. It's weird when someone is trying to make other people conscious about what's happening with the axolotls, because they're really rare. Not all of us know. I mean, I knew a few things like months ago, but then I got like an interest in this, and we actually can do things for them. Like, we can help. And for example, there's a like refugio, I don't know how to say it, like a farm like that. It's Refugio Chinampa. That's a grassroots project that's blending ancient farming practices with modern science. In here, local farmers known as chinamperos, I think, are rebuilding floating gardens called chinampas, I think, a technique dating back to the Aztecs. Again, the Aztecs. These artificial islands are made of mud and vegetation. They act as, how can I say it? Like natural water filters, removing pollutants and creating like a safe environment for the axolotls, for them to reproduce, and so we can have more of those. But as your host, of course, I'm not only here to cause problems and get yourself like stressed out or anxious. I also have some solutions. Well, of course, we can help, and every little detail that we can do, of course, it's helping, because every small action counts, and it can contribute to the conservation of these axolotls and their habitat. So a few things that we can do, it's support local conservation efforts. participate in conservation projects, donate to organizations, of course, if you have the money you want to, because not everyone has like the money or enough to give away your money to these organizations. I totally get it. But you can promote education and awareness like I'm doing right now. We can inform others and organize workshops. We can tell everyone what's happening. And as COVID once, we told everyone that they should wash their hands. So they started doing like a lot of things for you to wash your hands. Like the strategy, we can kind of do that. So the thing is just inform. We can also support sustainable ecotourism. We can visit Xochimilco if you have the money, again, because this is not that cheap actually, guys. But that's not the thing. We can do more things. We can reduce pollution, which means avoid single-use plastics, use eco-friendly products. We can advocate for conservation policies. I mean, we can do a lot of things for axolotls and help them. So also encourage scientific research. There's a lot of things that we can do. Also adopt a sustainable lifestyle that actually works for all of us, like literally a lot of us. If it's not all of us, I think it helps us because, of course, we want to be healthy as the axolotls, of course. And we can help them, we can help the entire ecosystem, and we can help us. So, yeah, everything that you do, it's one more thing that's counting, and it's contributing to this action and all of this information thing that we're doing right now. And well, if you stayed up to this point in the podcast, congratulations, you are already making a change just by informing yourself and supporting this kind of like a little chapter podcast thing that I'm doing. So thank you so much for hearing all of the thing. And it is really, it can be boring in some other parts because I get it. It's not something that we're used to listen or to pay attention to. But it's really cool that you're actually informing yourself and maybe others about this topic. So again, thank you so much for hearing this. Don't forget to follow Echo School and all of the platforms that you can, so you have more information about this and more other topics. So thank you, and I hope to see you and hear you really soon.